Good to see you guys. Beautiful Saturday afternoon, and fun day, fun scrimmage. Obviously, split the teams up as you guys saw, split the squads up, split the quarterbacks up, split the coaches up, and tried to stay healthy, which we did. I saw no injuries today at all, which is a very good positive going into the summer training program, and just excited where we are. Know we have a long way to go. But I think we had some playmakers out there today, which was fun to see. And then we just have to, just get better here in the next 4 or 5 months.
As a head coach, I'm sure you're happy about all the takeaways that you've had this spring. As an offensive coordinator, you're probably not. How do you kind of balance those two things? Yeah,
I think it ended up, I would say, 25 takeaways, I think is what it's been. And you look all in on it, over 2,000 plays. So you're looking at probably double what we had last season, still not enough, but we're trying to get our quarterbacks not to turn it over either, so it's a double whammy, as you said. So what we want to do is we understand that, we have to protect the ball and we have to take the ball, and in turn that's going to happen in these practices, because what would be horrible is if we had no takeaways, and we went through training camp last year and had 2 picks. We can't have that, we have to see it. I love the way our guys are attacking the ball. And I'm proud of our defense, and we got to continue to clean it up offensively and not give the ball away, and we're going to be committed to doing that.
What did you make of how your guys handled it?
Today?
Yeah.
Great. I thought it was great. Why? What did they do?
It seemed like there were just more passing interference calls.
Oh, yeah, than normal in a practice. Yeah, well, I think, we had the Pac-12 officiating crew, so we had a crew that we're going to be needing to deal with, and I think it's really good for our team to be able to see that some of the calls that aren't made at practice are made. And our guys have to understand that when you play as much, one-on-one man coverage or 3-deep zone, that you can't, assume that every play is not going to be a PI, which kind of happens at practice. So I thought it was really good for our guys to see that some of those calls are calls. I think that they handled it and understood that, hey, if it's a 15-yard penalty, it is what it is, and we got to bounce back for the next play. But I think it's really good on the film to be able to show those guys that, hey, this is a penalty, even if it's not called in practice.
No one looks decisive. What impresses you about
I would say I agree with you 100%. We say that the 3 biggest traits of a quarterback is decision-making, timing, and accuracy. So decisiveness to me fits in both 1 and 2. What impresses me is he's got great command of the offense. He's got great control of the huddle. And when you see him play, the ball comes out of his hand, flies out of his hand, but the guy knows exactly where to go with the ball, and he does it with great rhythm and timing.
Can you talk about how Jaden and Noah have picked up the offense from the beginning of spring till now?
Yeah, I think they've both done a great job of learning the system. I think what they've done is they've really embraced it. We haven't cut anything back. We've been able to kind of try to find some of their strengths and play to their strengths. But I think in general, I think they did a really nice job of picking things up. We didn't have to hold anything back.
What can you deep with receiver? We didn't know how deep. What type of matchup have you
Yeah, red zone threat. You guys have been all over me all spring about height in the red zone threat, length, and she showed that she has the ability to do that in the back corner of the end zone.
You've mentioned that you didn't want to drag out naming a starting quarterback. Is it safe to say Jaden's the guy?
Yeah, well, we're not going to put a depth chart out, but as I've said to you guys the whole time, we go 1s, 2s, and 3s, and you guys are out of practice. But in this case right now, we're not a big, there's so many position groups. You start naming one starter in spring, and then it's like, well, who's going to be the starting back or who's going to be the starting receiver? I think our team has a really good feel of where we're going with it. I think Jaden has certainly proven that he can lead our team, and I think that's we'll leave it at that.
What can you tell us about Will Plummer and his shoulder?
Yeah, so Will had to get his shoulder fixed from probably back in the Cal game. We tried to go through a more conservative approach early on because it's his throwing shoulder, not something that you necessarily want to have to fix. But made the decision this past week to fix it yesterday. And from all accounts, it was successful, but now we just have to wait and see. Do expect him back sometime, probably end of August through end of September, somewhere in that range.
Jedd, defense, what are going to be the initial things in the fall that you guys are going to have to start to grasp quickly?
Well, I think you can see we're going to play multiple fronts and multiple coverages. So what you have to do if you're a multiple coverage defense, you're going to have to be able to adjust to multiple formations. And what you have to adjust to in college football is tempo, different formations, unbalanced formations, exotic formations, which are some of the things you don't necessarily adjust to as much in the NFL. So I think Johnny's got a great grasp. He's coached in college football in the Pac-12 almost his entire career. So I think those kids have to just continue to believe and trust that you got to have great zone eyes if we're playing zone, and you got to be aggressive to the ball if we're playing man.
Do you have a rough count? Do you have a rough count on football alumni who are here?
Yeah, I think we had 260 signed up. 260 that registered yesterday that were here in Tucson, which last year we had 170. So I think we're up 90 or 180 last year. So we're up 80. And then hopefully there were some other guys. Obviously our team from last year, they didn't register and they were all at the game. So I guess they count too now. Stanley Berryhill was the only one that registered. As usual, does everything right.
Speaking of which, Jalen Harris still has the #1 jersey. There's no one who has it on offense. Is that still going to be a contest?
Yeah, one is up for grabs. I think there's a certain etiquette when it comes to the #1 that Jalen played with it all last year, never missed a game, never missed a practice. So he will maintain #1 on defense. And then he's been here 6 years. And then on offense, that thing's up for grabs right now, and there's a lot of people asking for it. We'll wait till camp.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Jacob Reese tweeted about the situation. What he does.
Yeah, so I spoke with Jacob and spoke to the team today after he released it, and right now at this point in time, what he said is actually where we're at. So it was all diagnosed upon arriving here. Can't tell you how appreciative I am to our medical staff for finding it in his physical the day he got here. Immediately we went into protocols, and at this point in time, a decision needs to be made after all of the all the testing is completed. We should have a pretty good feel in the next 7 to 10 days where we can head. Thank you guys, appreciate it all.